5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, there used to be a little countdown thing on public access that used to go like that.
What happened?
It was a pinball on public access, and like it would be a cartoon pinball just rolling through like the city, making different changes. Very kind of psychedelic. You can tell it came from the 70s.
Okay, was it like different colors and stuff?
Yeah, and it was like a counting show for kids, but the pinball would be going, and the vocals in the background.
How many
would be going.
tabs of LSD can I take?
It'd be
One.
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like it would keep going like that, and it'd be like doo doo.
I like that
doo,
12.
Doo, doo. Yep, and at the end it would be like 11, 12. Like,
Wow.
I know.
And that is what inspired you to become a musician, right? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm. I liked counting after that.
Shout out to New York City Public Access. I don't even know what channel What channel was it?
That's Channel 13.
Channel 13?
Mm-hmm, PBS.
Shout out to Channel 13. All the Channel 13s all over the world. We appreciate you. But especially if you're in Brooklyn.
We love you.
What did you say?
I said we love you. Well, we love you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said we love you.
All right, so welcome back. Can you hear me? All right, everyone, welcome back to Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. It's us, your favorite maniacal music people.
I like maniacal. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Are we maniacal or are we maniacs? Which one do you guys prefer?
I prefer maniacal musicianship. That's how we play instruments now.
So we should just be as crazy as possible when we play.
Mm-hmm. You should strum your guitar like this.
And I'll make sure that it's out of tune the whole time.
And I'll sing like that.
And I'm going to break all the strings before I play. So I'm going to cut them with scissors and then start playing. And that's how you know it's good. It's called art.
You want to see a show?
Do you get it or not?
June 20th.
June 20th, come see me destroy all my guitars and then try to play them. Just kidding. I'm not going to... Don't listen to what I'm saying. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings.
Oh my gosh. I do that sometimes. Like if I have my guitar in a place where it shouldn't be and I have to walk fast and I kick it, I definitely stop and say sorry and pet it.
You kicked?
Exactly. Exactly.
Your
Stubbed
guitar?
my toe up against the body of the bottom of the guitar. I definitely stopped. I came back like it was a child.
I think we're done here. I don't...
Exactly.
I live here, but I'm gonna walk away.
They have spirits on their own. They have their own identities.
I do believe that. Hold on, I'm gonna.
Yeah, definitely them and cars. Like I want to get a muscle car, but I want to get a black one, but I'm almost scared to get a black one because there's like a commercial on Instagram for black, the one with the fin tail, Chevy. Probably like a 69
like a
Chevy coupe. I love a Camaro.
But love me a Camaro.
I think it's a coupe with fins at the back. I don't remember exactly what that one is called. It's not the Camaro and it's not a Chevelle.
It's not a Corvette.
No. It may be a 69 Camaro. It may be a 59 Camaro even too because it's got like the fins.
I don't think they make Camaros in 59.
All right,
I
so
think
maybe
they started
69.
Camaros in like 64.
Okay. All right. So it's that one. It's kind of like, well, it's all black, but I know that many people remember the red one. There's like a red and white one with the fins at the side.
Yeah.
And it could be a drop top if it wanted to be.
Yeah.
It looks like a very long rectangle. Well, they have it in black now for sale. You could win a prize. You could like get in on this raffle and win it. So they keep on showing the car by itself and it's got all tinted out windows and it's all black and they just turn on the engine and they just let it purr. And I'm like,
And you're scared of it?
yes. I'm scared of the car, but I want it at the same time.
Do you think it's gonna be like what was that Stephen King book, Carrie, where the car came alive?
Christine.
Oh, Carrie was the prom one with the blood.
Epic.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Epic movie.
You know, my mom used to say that to me all the time. And I didn't know what it was from. I thought she was just being weird. I would like wear a shirt that she didn't like. She was like, "You're gonna wear that? They're all gonna laugh at you." And I'm like, "No." Like, what are you talking about? And then I saw the movie and I was just like, oh, okay.
That's where
I see. Yeah.
So did you ever come home and be like, they laughed at me, mama?
No, but I came home with a bucket of blood poured on me. Multiple times.
That movie's epic.
That ever happened to you guys? Just
I
me?
saw that at
Okay.
like 3 the first time in my life.
You remember that?
Yes. Well, how could you forget that? How could you forget
that's
seeing
true.
that type of movie at 3?
Yeah, that's true.
Very epic. It used to come on network TV all the time. A lot of movies did. So that's how a lot of people got to see them. You know, us at this age, people are like, that's a PG movie? How the hell did you watch that?
So
it's like,
was that right
came on
after
TV.
the pinball was running through the city?
You could just turn 2 channels up
15.
to 11. Oh, down.
down.
Sorry. Down to channel 11. And and different channels edited these movies different ways.
For sure.
So channel 11, you would barely see anything. But if you caught Carrie on channel 7 late at night, like 11, 12 o'clock in the morning,
that was the
they would show
uncut,
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Insane.
Shout out. Okay, well, what a way to start the podcast. Let's transition a little bit into music. It's been a wild time in music because everybody's dying.
Yeah.
All right. So, I mean, look, we talk about this all the time. Like, so much of the music that we love is made by, people in generations before us.
Yeah.
The people are getting older. But I feel like this week is just like back to back. Like, so Sly Stone
passed
and
away.
Brian Wilson.
And Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
Yep. I just found out about Brian Wilson 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Found out about Sly Stone late last night.
Yeah.
Sly Stone, I didn't even know he was still alive, and my mom didn't even know either. She was a big fan, and she was like, I didn't even know he was still alive, and I was like, me too, because he was kind of out of the public eye.
Well, he had like a drug problem for like a while, right? Like a bad drug problem.
My mom said that too. She said that one time he appeared on a late night talk show, and she was like, he was so gone, like he couldn't even talk, and she was like, that was just really, really bad.
Yeah. Well, that's not conducive to putting out good work.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys do that. But he's a legend, though. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
obviously he changed funk music, which really means he changed rock music as well. He just
Yeah.
changed like the whole musical landscape.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of sad when this happens. I feel like I don't know too much of their music in particular, but I feel like now that he's dead, I'm more inclined to go back more.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks when that happens, but also I'm like, oh, I mean, he lives on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He definitely does live on. I wasn't really a big funk person growing up. I listened to a lot of soul and R&B and of course rock and roll growing up, and of course rap, but funk wasn't my huge thing. I mean, I know some songs from just going to parties, just listen to the radio, you know, Family Affair, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself Again. Like,
I want to take you higher.
you know what I mean?
His Woodstock performance.
Yeah.
I've watched that many times.
Yeah.
Yeah. The live performances of like older acts are always so much better than the studio.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Yeah. The funk playing was definitely a mysterious one for me always growing up. I definitely
It was always
loved
flying
the sound.
away.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the closest to funk who I sweated, who I loved, that was a funk kind of guy would be Rick James. Like that's like more
Rick
contemporary.
James. That's
yeah.
way newer. Yeah. But there would definitely be no Rick James without Sly Stone. Right?
Absolutely. They even almost look alike. It's like he's like a 2.0 almost. Like, yeah.
And Rick James never did drugs. That's the main difference here. Not once. Definitely never burned anyone with a crack pipe when they were being held as a sex slave in his basement.
Never.
Not once. Well, maybe that one time.
Well, maybe.
But yeah, shout out to Sly. Shout out to Brian Wilson, a master of the studio and a master of writing harmonies.
Oh man, more than I love the minutia of when I pick apart vocalists and what I like about them and stuff like that. And I've always said this: it's the way Brian Wilson pronounced his vowels that I always fell in love with.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
You know,
and like, that high register is just crazy.
Yeah, his high register is absolutely amazing. It's like when he sounds them out, he's so on the note, and then he tries to sound like a dying record at the same time.
Like he drops.
Yeah, like he finds the nice medium between being on the spot and making it like his own, of course. But yeah, it's like, do you love me? You know,
that's true.
I feel like I'm on a bad trip in a way. Like, is the record dying? Like,
yeah. I never really thought about it like that. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, you can really find his personality in the way he pronounces his vocals. You know, and for lack of a better term, I feel like this is a positive thing when you say it about musicians. He's crazy. Like,
I mean, he literally had a mental breakdown
Yeah.
trying to make I'm gonna make the greatest album that's ever been made by anyone of all time. And I mean, look, I'm not comparing myself to Brian Wilson, but I understand how, if that's your job and that's what you're doing, and so basically he was the creative director of the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Like he was the driving force, right?
Yeah.
And he was the producer. So it's like he's sitting there in that studio with the giant mixing board and all the tracks. You're just like, okay, well, I can do this, or I can tweak this, I can tweak this, I can tweak this, and then next thing I know, okay, well, it's been 12 hours, and I've only done 5 minutes of his song, and then the Beatles just came out with something, and it's even better than what my thing was, and how am I going to compete with that? Or blah 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 blah, and then you just absolutely mental breakdown.
Yeah. It's one of the reasons why it was hard for me to really be a producer, because when I was on my own, I was with a group, and then I was on my own, and I bought Logic from which is a music production
DAW
software,
digital audio workstation.
and you upload it into your computer, and you can produce your own music. And going through every single beat, making sure it was driving me absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just focus on singing, playing an instrument. And I was like, and maybe I'll deal with a producer. I'm just gonna get 2 to 3 songs as neat as possible, and that is it. And I'm gonna deal with being the vocalist and maybe instrumentalist, and let somebody deal with the production, because it can drive you crazy.
Well, it's just a whole different skill set, as opposed to like just being a singer or just really a performer in general, because you have to analyze every single piece of the song.
Yes.
It's not just like if you're the drummer, like, okay, go in and play the beat. Did you play it right? You're done.
Right.
But if you're the producer, you have all these different pieces, and you need to make them fit together.
Yeah.
And there's not necessarily only one answer. You know what I mean? Like, it's a puzzle that can be molded and shifted into many different ways.
Yeah.
So it's a skill to be able to know when you're done.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not overdoing it. Yes, that's another thing that I have an issue with, you know?
See, this is the problem. This is really what the issue is right here.
As like, even when we go and we collab with another producer, right?
Yeah.
And I'm singing something, and I'm like, okay, well, do you guys like it? Okay, because I can do it like this, or it can change like this. You know, how many times have you guys had to be like, okay, well, it's fine.
This is good. We don't have to do another take. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I mean, it's just a whole different thing. But, you know, again, like, just shout out to him for, obviously, it literally drove him mad, as the Brits would say.
Yeah.
But he left us with some absolutely amazing music. I mean, sometimes I just think of, like, certain Beach Boys songs just come into my head for no reason.
Yeah.
And then they just make me so happy.
Yeah. They're so emotive, Beach Boys songs. I mean, the littlest things. In My Room, I'm thinking of right now, and it's just crazy, all those vowel sounds that he makes.
I love Don't Worry Baby.
Oh my gosh, those songs, they make me happy, but they also make me want to cry in a way, because there's so much thought that seems to have gone into the song. It's just like, I feel like the baby in that song he's talking about. Like, Brian cares
He's
about me.
talking about me?
He
He
really
wrote this
cares.
song for me, guys. Yeah, no, but it's really true. It's interesting because, like, when I was growing up, like, my mom was a big Beach Boys fan, and I kind of thought they were corny.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, because I kind of thought of them as, like, that pre-hippie, like, when rock and roll was a little, like, softer.
Yeah, and you
and
see
less
Nirvana kind of
groundbreaking.
making fun of them in their In Bloom video. They, like, play the music, like, on the beat like that. Yeah, they're supposed to be fake Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, as I've gotten older, and I guess have more of a mature sense of music, I listen to the same songs I had heard then, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, some of these are just like perfect pop songs.
Yeah.
They're not like super rebellious like punk music, which is what I was listening when I was younger, and that's why I thought it was lame. But like, they're so well constructed, and they're just so well done, and that's really mostly because of him, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I remember discussing them with a friend of mine who was a guitarist, and he was talking about the Beatles coming over here and being worried because their competition was the Beach Boys.
I think it's pronounced the Beatles.
The Beatles, that's true. We have had those guys on the channel.
We reacted to that before.
We hope they've become successful since then, though.
Yeah, I think they have a future ahead
Just
of
a
them.
little bit.
Anyway.
But they were nervous about coming over to the States because their competition was the Beach Boys. And the person I was talking with was like, can you imagine being scared of the Beach Boys? And then when I thought about it, I was like, yeah. Yeah, because those harmonies are pretty tight.
If you're singing harmonies,
Yeah.
Yeah, like that is how are you beat that?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, Beatles are great artists for sure, and they have great, amazing harmonies as well. But they can go tune for tune. They could be a nice sound clash battle with the Beatles and the Beach Boys, harmony wise.
Yeah. I would love to get the acapella like vocal tracks.
Hell yeah! Whoever wants to do that party, I'm coming. Okay.
We're doing it here at BK Warehouse, 21 Gardner Ave. Come through, everyone.
That would be awesome.
That would be a crazy. Imagine just having like certain like themes or like it's a DJ set, but you can only play from these artists.
That's our next venture. That's our next sad venture. It's probably going to be in LA.
I think it's going to be in Mobile, Alabama.
We're doing it at the Sadshin. That's what we call the Sad Mansion. This happening.
The Sad Mansion. Wow, I this is the first I'm hearing of this, guys.
It's happening.
How do I get a piece of the Sad Mansion?
It's on the way.
Okay.
You're already vetted in.
Oh, okay. Who owns this Sad Mansion?
You're a legacy. You do. We didn't tell you. It's kind of like a Bruce Wayne thing. We didn't tell you, but you're there.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it in your bank account.
Is there a butler?
Yeah. It'll reflect.
Is there like a secret cave where I keep all of my high-tech equipment?
Definitely. Absolutely. You want anybody taking it. You heard what happened to Heart?
Their instruments got stolen.
Exactly. You don't want that happening.
I don't want you're right. I don't want that happening.
When they showed a picture of Nancy's guitar that got taken, I was like, "Oh my god." It looked like it was like it was forged out of like the Rosen Bridge that Thor uses to take over.
Wow, that was deep.
Asgard. It looked like it was forged out of like some purple crystal. It was like Flying V style, but it was like purple, and you know how crystals are. They have little every time you see a little facet on a crystal, there's like a change of color a little bit, so it's like blue purple. It was just amazing.
If you can find a picture of that, I would love to put it in the podcast while we're talking about it.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, because
Wow, that I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, one of our fans, Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy. He sent me that on Instagram. I was like, oh my god, this sucks.
It does suck. I follow Nancy though, Nancy Wilson,
so you already
and
knew.
Yes, I already knew. I was in on it. She told me. She called me.
Sifa, guess what happened? You'll never.
I'll get him, Nancy.
Somebody broke into the Heart Mansion.
Exactly.
And they found the Heart Cave.
And now there's a broken heart.
And now there's two.
It's over. Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of Heart and their ballads, we were kind of like talking about ballads and harmonies and stuff. Why do so many ballads become tearjerkers? Like 80s ballads. Like Ann and Nancy Had Alone. Right, in the 80s, and that was such a tearjerker.
I think that's just what people were trying to do in the 80s. I think
make
that's
you cry.
What the labels. Don't get me started on the labels in the 80s, because the record labels in the 80s were just the peak of like capitalism in music. I feel like could it just like we're just gonna do whatever the hell sells, and I feel like that kind of power ballad thing was really hot at the time.
Yeah.
So I feel like they were like, guys, like we'll put out your record. You got to have one of these kind of songs on it.
Oh my goodness.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if that happened.
Me neither. Because I was thinking through it. I'm thinking like, I just heard Faithfully by Journey the other day. And I was like, come on. Like, I love that song. But I was like, you know what you were doing here, Steve. You were trying to make us all cry.
I feel like Journey was always kind of borderline with that. You know what I mean? Like, they were always making their shit really sappy.
Ding, ding. This one will do it. Boom, boom, boom. That'll make it.
Oh, it's like they're talking to my soul.
You know? And it's just like so many ballads. And I was thinking about Lionel Richie and Diana Ross, My Endless Love. Like, oh my gosh, you're just trying to tell her that you love her. You will always be. It's just like, Jesus. Just say you love her and that's it.
That's boring. If I just want someone to say that, I'll go watch like a movie or something. If I want to hear a song, I want you to drag out every syllable. I want you to hold that note as long as possible. And that's how you get my $5 or whatever.
Yeah. I thought about it because we were setting up these mics, and this mic is so old, and I started singing Through the Years by Kenny Rogers. And then I actually thought about the song.
Yeah.
And so he's like, I'll stay with you.
Microphone.
Through The years. Okay, bro. Just say you will.
He knows when to fold them.
Exactly. It's like they're all making us cry for no reason.
There's a reason.
Money.
Money is always the reason for making people cry. I don't know if you guys do that. Anytime somebody's crying anywhere in the world, it goes back to money somehow.
What did Chef say? It's our tears. It's our sweet tears.
The sweet... Oh, wait, Carmen?
Yes.
The tears, it's the sweet, salty tears are so yummy in my mouth. Something like that. When he made Scott Tenorman eat his parents.
Yeah,
Was that what it was?
I'm talking about when Chef was talking about God and us, and Chef was like, he's mad about something that happened way long ago, and he just can't get over it.
Shout out to Isaac Hayes.
Yes, who also a legend who also passed away, and I listened to his music.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think about it, I was watching South Park when I was like probably younger than I really should have been watching that show. But I didn't really know who Isaac Hayes was. I just knew him as Chef for like a while.
Yeah.
And he had such an amazing voice. And I remember watching South Park when I was really young. I'd be like, whoever this guy is has a great voice for voice acting or whatever.
For sure.
And then I get older, I'm like, oh, it's Isaac Hayes. And now I think I'm like, how did they even get him?
I don't know. He had to have known somebody or was hanging out with somebody. I too didn't know about him musically growing up, but my uncle, we used to go to his house some weekends when my mom needed a break, and when my dad was on tour, so she was like, screw that. So we would go hang out with my uncle, who was not too much older than we were. Like when we were born, he was like still, I think, about turning 20. So he's like the cool uncle. So he rented a lot of videos for us. So he rented I'm Gonna Get You Sucker. I just realized I have my Bluetooth AirPods still in my ear. So
Can you hear me better?
I can hear you better now.
worse?
I was going deaf. No, just kidding. So he rented I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, which is a movie by Keenan Wayans. It started out with Keenan and Damon, and his two sisters are in it too. And Isaac Hayes is in the movie as like one of like the badass guys from, it's like a 70s blaxploitation 80s movie. So Isaac, Fred Williams, Antonio Fargas, all the guys that I didn't know about until adulthood that were big in the 70s, in either blaxploitation movies or soundtracks. Isaac Hayes did the Shaft soundtrack.
Yeah, of course.
So they were in it, and I thought Isaac Hayes was so funny, and he was like singing, and he was like, if you can't dig my melodious voice, he would say stuff. And my uncle had to tell us, like, oh, he's actually
he's
a
actually
singer.
a legend. Yeah. No, that's so funny. I love what's that other one they did making fun of the 90s gangster movies? Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking
that
juice.
Was so good.
That's so funny.
Yes.
He's like, oh, you got a machine gun? Okay, and he pulls up the back of his truck and there's a fucking nuke in the back. That was so funny.
So funny.
They were on top of the world.
Yes.
That was like post In Living Color, right?
Yeah. I'm so glad they did that, because it got to a point where people were like, how many hood movies are they gonna make?
Yeah, because it's just people riding the wave. It's like, okay, this is doing well. Oh, well, let's do Boys in the Hood. Well, let's do this. Well, and then they're like, okay, we're going to make fun of this. We're obviously going to make fun of this. Like, this is the thing that they're trying to shove down our throats. We'll shove something else down their throats, making fun of it. You know what I mean?
Funniest scene for me is like, somebody's like, my baby. It's like, that ain't your baby.
Oh.
Okay.
Oops. Yeah, man, those movies were so good.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Okay, what else? Anything else we should talk about?
No, I feel like I hit all my musical notes.
Yeah. Shout out to Brian Wilson. Shout out to Sly Stone.
For sure.
Shout out to all you guys for listening in / or watching, because we do put these on YouTube as well. I don't know when this is going to be out, but we got a show coming up.
Woohoo!
June 20th. If anyone's in or around the Brooklyn, New York area, then you should come to see us play. It's going to be a great time. But yeah, that's been Music Maniacs with Side After Dark. We're Side After Dark. We'll see you soon.